If your nervous system feels loud sometimes, intense, urgent, insistent, nothing's gone wrong. That intensity isn't a flaw. It's not a lack of regulation, and it's not proof that you're too much. Very often, it's just communication that hasn't been acknowledged yet. Let me give you an image that makes this easier to understand. Imagine a dog barking in the yard. The dog isn't barking because it's bad or dramatic, and it's not because he has a secret agenda to ruin everyone's peace. He's barking because he noticed something, like a squirrel that could have a secret mission to turn our home into its neighborhood dominance headquarters. And so, the way the dog sees it, he's doing his job, he's alerting. Now, here's the important part. If the dog barks and no one bothers to respond, he doesn't think, oh, I guess that wasn't important. No, he thinks, I need to try harder. Our safety is possibly at stake. So the barking gets louder, more persistent, more urgent. Not because the threat increased or changed at all, but because the message wasn't received. This is exactly how nervous systems work too. When a signal arises and isn't acknowledged, the system doesn't conclude that the signal was wrong. It concludes that the signal was insufficient. So it escalates. This is why sensations can grow louder, sharper, more demanding, harder to ignore, because our system is still trying to be heard. Now, here's where things often get tricky. If someone yells at the dog for barking or shames him, the barking might stop in the moment, but the dog doesn't feel safer. He feels confused. And often, this confusion and added stress makes him even more vigilant. So over time, that creates a nervous, insecure dog, not a calm and confident one. And many of us learn to treat our own nervous systems the exact same way. We shame ourselves for reacting. We tell ourselves to just calm down. We try to override the signal, but yelling at the messenger doesn't create safety. Acknowledgement does. When someone hears the barking and comes to check out what the noise is about and calmly signals to the dog, I see it, I've got this. Something important happens. The dog's nervous system expected danger, but experienced containment instead. That mismatch between what was expected and what actually happened is how learning occurs. Over time, the dog learns, I don't need to bark this loudly to be responded to. Not every squirrel requires escalation. And so the barking softens, not because the dog was trained out of it, but because the dog's nervous system updated its expectations. And human nervous systems work the same way. Signals quiet down when they're consistently met with presence, not panic, not dismissal, and not automatic obedience. This is why listening matters. And this is also why listening doesn't mean doing whatever the signal demands. It means acknowledging it, noticing it, letting the system register. I spoke, and I was met. That's how volume comes down. Not through force, not through control, but through relationship. Now, I'm not saying you need to give yourself a belly rub every time you listen instead of react. But I'm not beneath rewarding myself with a really good cookie when I get it right.